bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Tony Hill. Not sure how much you know or maybe don't know about Hospice, but it really is a wonderful organization, and they really support the entire family in a wonderful way. We're going to talk about that today. Maybe you would even choose to get involved on the volunteer side of it. Here to explain, though, is Faye Burrs, who is RN coordinator with Capital Hospice. How are you?
Very good.
Glad to have you here, and I'm always glad to talk about hospice because it really, I think, changes our way of thinking. And let's talk about that. Hospice is not about dying, it's about living.
So true. And at Capital Hospice, our care is looking at living with serious progressive illness. We're looking at the goal of care is to allow patients to live as well as they can for as long as they can. Mm-hmm. And we recognize that a lot of patients don't receive hospice care soon enough, so we work with their physicians to achieve their end-of-life care goals.
Sure, because you want them to live out their final days with dignity.
Exactly.
Hopefully, if it's possible, with the surroundings that they're familiar with, the care of their loved ones. And it's much easier for everybody involved. But it's also important, is it not, if you know that it's imminent, that you make sure you go ahead and plan ahead of time. Isn't that the best thing to do?
That actually tends to be more valuable to most people because it allows time to process different issues, to get their affairs in order, and actually to have that care to take place in the environment they would want, which is usually their home.
Sure. And we believe that everybody is entitled to care, hospice care included, and it is covered by Medicare, Medicaid, private insurance, but you don't turn anybody away.
We don't turn anyone away. Capital Hospice is the oldest hospice in this region. We are not-for-profit, we're community-based, and we make sure that we individualize the plan of care so that people can receive the services that they need. But we never turn anyone away who's medically eligible for hospice care.
And you have a background as a registered nurse, obviously, yes, and caring for folks, helping to manage pain, that kind of thing.
Yes, indeed.
And while you support the patient, hospice really supports the entire family.
That is exactly what it is, because we recognize this is not only happening to the patient, it's happening to everyone who's involved, including their pets or their animals. Mm-hmm. So hospice really seeks to define how does this patient want this care to be, who needs the support, and we seek to help them as they're processing their own goals.
Sure. And one of the other big areas, and I think this is one of the best things that hospice does, and everything that hospice does I think is great, but youngsters, children, they process grief differently.
Yes.
Sometimes they feel they have to be strong for the parents because the parents are having to deal with the issues. And you help youngsters get at that in terms of processing it, getting through it. And it's whether they've actually had somebody be a patient of hospice or not.
Exactly, we do. Our hospice provides support to all family members, but specifically we have a Point of Hope grief counseling camp that we do each summer. And this is aimed specifically at children, but we also have a component of that for adults as well. But children do grieve differently, and this is aimed, focused at that specifically.
All right, now if somebody in the community needs the help of hospice, or if they want to be a help to
yes,
hospice in the form of donation, in-kind donations, maybe volunteering their time, what's the best way to do that?
The best way to do that, they could go to our website, www.capitalhospice.org. We serve the counties of Northern Virginia, Washington, D.C., and Prince George County, Maryland, and we are happy to utilize the services of anyone who would want to volunteer or donate, because that's also how we make hospice care available to those who don't have the means to provide it themselves.
Sure, and if I understand correctly, people don't need to have any particular area of expertise.
Correct.
There are many things they can do, and you'll show them how.
Indeed, indeed we will, and give them a full orientation and make sure they're working where they're most comfortable.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming in and talking with us and for providing such a valuable service in the community.
Thank you very much.
Sure, good talking to you. That is Faye Burrs, who is the RN coordinator with Capital Hospice. And for more information on how Comcast is involved in your community, please check out On Demand and click Get Local. Thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers. Till next time, I'm Tony Hill.